Years we were playing in bands, and all of us were Christian, and we'd always get asked that question, are you guys a Christian band? And a lot of times we'd like to ride the fence just so we could fit in everywhere, and that was like, yeah, we're Christians and we play in a band and we like to have fun. With Demon Hunter, we all kind of grew up and got a little older, maybe wiser, maybe, and you know what, we're a Christian band, we're 5 dudes, we're all believers. We really don't want to ride the fence anymore.
From the beginning, Demon Hunter has always been very centered on the faith of the guys in the band, and when we started we made a decision to be bold about it. We didn't see any purpose in really beating around the bush.
I mean, we're definitely a Christian band. We're definitely all Christians. We're all believers.
From the minute we started saying that, it's like we got more respect even from in those other bands, and it was exciting, and so we make no bones about it.
Demon Hunter's incredibly faith-based. Everyone in the band's a professing Christian, and I'm just blessed to be in a band with these great brothers.
And it can be rare to say these days, especially in metal, because you've got a lot of, bands that might have a cool factor or, we're Christians in a band kind of attitude. And there's no shame in what we believe in. I mean, if we were embarrassed of it, then there wouldn't be any sense in believing in it. So, why not tell people about it?
A lot of people say, well, bands can't be Christian, and well, we could argue that all day long, that an entity of a band can't be a Christian thing. But we're 5 dudes that all believe in Christ, and so we're a Christian band.
I think being a Christian band in general is kind of a tough idea, but I think being a Christian metal band is even tougher. But I think if you do it, you stick to your guns, you do it legitimately, there's so many avenues in which you can talk to people and hang out with people.
It's just great to be able to talk to kids each night and encourage them. And I know as a kid when I was growing up, bands like Zao, Believer, Vengeance Rising, Living Sacrifice, bands like that would come out, wear their faith on their sleeves, not be ashamed of what they believe in. They really encouraged me as a young believer to stand up for what I believe in and realize that it's cool to be Christian and that I don't have to be ashamed of anything. And the way that I was touched as a kid by those bands, I hope kids out there are taking that same thing away and knowing that there's nothing to be ashamed of, and that they take pride in what they believe in.
Demon Hunter's been a huge mystery to people in ways that I don't think the band ever expected.
It's definitely evolved into something that was fun, that also was a ministry, into something that's like, God's just blessed the band in a big way, and we really see it as an outreach to a lot of different people.
We've been fortunate enough to be on Headbangers Ball, Resident Evil 2 soundtrack, and a lot of cool things like that. And so when kids see us there, they don't know we're a Christian band, and it's like we're legit to those kids all of a sudden. And because there's real stigmatism behind a lot of times Christian bands not being maybe as talented or as legitimate as some of the mainstream bands, but I think when they see us and they see the production we put on and how much we care about the music and then care about just our art, it definitely impresses people, which opens up a window for you to be able to talk to them about Christ and really just share and show them that Christians are cool people too, that can totally lay it out on the line with metal, dude, and just rock it out.
Being able to talk to kids after the show, we've heard some amazing testimonies, and the people that come out and see the shows that aren't believers every night before we play. I make it a point to try to pray for each person's heart out there that maybe is on the fence or maybe has never even heard it before. Being able to talk to those people and share my faith and my testimony is, in my opinion, the most important thing in the band.
We found that it basically works in our favor when we take a stance, because it's less confusing to people, and people don't have trouble figuring out where you're coming from. And I think people respect, even if they don't believe what you believe, they respect that you have a firm stance on